Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I created the Wanda Maximoff Halloween costume from Wandavision on a budget. I know how difficult it is to put together a specific costume, especially when you're plus size, because most conventional costume shops don't carry bigger sizes. This costume cost me just over £60, which I don't think is too bad for a costume that you can get out again and again for cosplays. However, there is a couple of things that I would have done differently to make this costume more cost effective, which I will be discussing with you guys throughout this video. I'm a huge Marvel fan, which you can probably tell from like my background with the posters, the Spider-Man Squishmallow, the Funko Pops, and I have wanted to come up with an accurate version for this costume for years, and I did try it 2 years ago, but it didn't really come out the way that I liked. So this is like my new and improved version. I'm really excited to get into this video with you guys. It's a little bit different for me and I just think it's going to be so fun. So let's get started. So we're starting off with Wanda's little pumpkin bucket, and I didn't include this in the expenses for my costume because I technically didn't pay for it. It was more gifted to me. My dad has a 3D printer and he's been 3D printing these pumpkin buckets, and I'm now using a black Sharpie to fill in the eyes and the mouth. I'll leave a link to the digital design in the description box below for you guys for this pumpkin bucket if you have your own 3D printer. But you could get your own from like Amazon or eBay for really cheap, but it's always good to use what you already have in the house. Also, don't worry too much about it looking super accurate to the one she has in the show. As long as it vaguely represents what the pumpkin bucket looks like and looks like a trick-or-treat bucket, then you're good to go. I did go outside the lines accidentally when colouring the eyes, but I used a little bit of acetone on a cotton bud to fix that and it worked a treat. Now moving on to one of the main parts of this costume that make it recognisable, and that would be Wanda's crown. So for the crown I got this red leather material from eBay for £10.99, and I got this template which I found on Pinterest. You will also need scissors and a glue stick. So first you'll need to cut out the template. And I actually got way too much of this red leather material, which is why I said that I could have made this costume much more cost effective. I got a metre of this for £10.99, and it's one of the most expensive things that I bought for this costume, and I definitely did not need that much. But I find it really difficult to envisage in my head how big something's going to be by just looking at the measurements. So I could definitely have saved myself some money here, but also I made sure that I had enough just in case I messed up the crown. But anyways, what I'm doing right now is using a glue stick to loosely glue the template down on the blank side of the leather material, and then I'll be cutting around the template. And now that I'm finished cutting around it to make that Wanda crown shape, I can peel off the template. And after this, I did a little bit of an experiment and I held this up against my head, and I realised that just one layer of this leather material wouldn't be enough. It's just too floppy. So I made one exactly the same. I glued this template down onto another piece of that leather material and cut round it. So I had another Wanda crown that was completely identical, and then I used a hot glue gun to glue the pieces together. And because I'm absolutely rubbish at making things look even though I had cut round the original Wanda crown, I still managed to make the other one too big. So I ended up cutting around both of the pieces of Wanda crown at the same time, just to make sure that the finishing crown shape was neat and tidy. And now I'm going back in again with the hot glue gun just to glue the edges properly. And next we're going to be using this black elastic string to actually make this crown wearable. And I got a meter of this black string from eBay for £2.89, which was more than enough. Honestly, I didn't need that much at all. And now I'll be marking with a black pen where I'd like to glue the piece of black string to either side of the Wanda crown. And that's it, that's our finishing product. We now have our Wanda crown for our Wanda costume. Okay, so now we're moving on to the clothing pieces and accessories that I got for the Wanda costume. Starting off with this red spaghetti strap bodysuit, and I got this from eBay for £5.66. I got this in size 22 and it's extremely stretchy, and it's just a brand that I've never heard of before. I just wanted to show you guys what the brand was. It's also got press studs, but I don't actually have to use them. I can slip in and out of this easily. Next, we got this red generic superhero cape, which I got from eBay for £6.99. It's just a one-size-fits-all adult cape for costumes, and it's sort of got like a velvet material on the outside, which I think is a nice touch. The cape also has a hood, which isn't needed for this costume, and you can't really see it from the back, so it doesn't really ruin the Wanda costume in any way. And it also has an adjustable tie front as well. So I had to do some thinking about the pink tights part of this costume, and I decided to go for pink leggings rather than pink tights because they have more of an opaque look and just looked better with the bodysuit. And I also went for a lighter version just so it looked starker against the red bodysuit as well. I actually think the colour contrast really made the costume stand out more and just looked better, in my opinion. I got these from Amazon for £9.99 and I got them in a size UK 22. Next we have these red costume gloves, and I've had these for years. I actually got them 2 years ago when I first tried doing the Wanda costume. The same for the cape as well, actually. I forgot to mention that before. And I got these from Shein and they were £1.75. They are stretchy and surprisingly good quality as well. I'm really impressed with the quality of these. They've got a thick fabric and they just work amazingly well for the Wanda costume. So now moving on to the red boots, and I actually got these from Vinted, but they are originally from River Island. Altogether these were £13.39, which makes this the most expensive item that I bought for this costume, and honestly not worth the money either because they arrived with stains on them, which I managed to get off. But yeah, I was not overly happy about that. Also, they don't zip up very well because my calves are too big. I got these in size 6, and despite all the issues that I had with these, they actually look really good with the final costume. And the final item that I got for this costume was this ginger wig, which I've actually had since the first time that I did the Wanda costume as well. And I got this from Shein and it was £11. I've actually used this many times for makeup looks and just for normal outfits, and it's such a gorgeous wig. It's very good quality. I love the curls in it and I love the colour. It's just perfect for the Wanda Sokovian fortune teller look. And here we are, the final result with my handmade accessories and all the bits and pieces that I got for the Wanda costume from eBay, Amazon, Shein, and I'm really happy with it. I loved the way it turned out, and altogether this costume cost me £62.66. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a big thumbs up because it really does help out my YouTube channel. And if you're interested in plus size fashion or body positivity content, then remember to subscribe to my channel because that is everything that I do here. And if you're interested in any of the bits and pieces that I used for my Wanda costume today, I'll be linking everything in the description box below for you guys. If you want to check out any of my other social medias, including TikTok, Instagram, Facebook or Snapchat, which I am verified on now. Wow, that is crazy to say and honestly unbelievable. I never thought I'd achieve that, but here we are. If you want to check out any of those, there'll be a link to my link tree in the caption below for you guys if you want to have a look. Thank you so much for watching this video and thank you so much for supporting my YouTube channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!